All right, so let's get started on the first transfer. So prepared my surface on the glass. I made sure it was nice and clean, soap and water, and then I came in with some 99% alcohol and gave it a good wipe, so I make sure that I have nothing on the surface. In your transfer, you will always get a plastic stick that'll help you rub off the transfer onto your surface. So let's get this started, and we'll see. I'm excited to try out something new. I haven't tried any foil transfers before on any of my projects, so I'm hoping for some success. So just going to give a lift and see if I'm missing any pieces. And I've got this little corner. So you'll start to see what that's going to look like. Well, I'm liking it already. All right, let's continue on. I don't want to leave anything behind. I do find that it's a little hard to gauge when you're putting on the transfer, the change that you normally see on transfers, that you can tell that they're adhering to the surface. So this one is a little bit hard, so we're just got to be very careful we don't pick this off too soon, and I don't leave anything behind. Missed his foot. All right, so here's what we're looking. I'm really liking this. I do love the nice detail that's coming in here and the little gilding of the gold leafing. All right, so let's get on to the other two. All right, so I am on the third one, and just to point out, the challenge I've had is getting the small lettering transferred onto the jar. I just had to go back and get little pieces here and there because it was flaking off and it wasn't sitting onto the surface. But I did get it with a little perseverance, and now we're just getting to the end of lifting it up, and you can just kind of tell it's a little bit different than the regular IOD transfers where you can see it. So this one's a bit challenging. You just want to make sure that before you completely lift it off that you can see a little bit of transparency in there, and then you can actually tell what adhered to the surface and what didn't by the solid. So there's just a couple of things in here I just got to get in here. Other than that, this one is going to be finished, and as you can tell, we're getting close, but it's just those tiny little guys to transfer that lettering. So we're getting there, and we'll get on to the next step of sealing. So to ensure adhesion of the transfer to the surface like you deal with the other transfers, you just use the backing paper to just go over it lightly. Now one side of the backing paper on this transfer is a little bit nicer than the other one. So I go with this really shiny side because it glides on a little bit better. And then the non-shiny side, sorry, the non-shiny side works better on going over. The shiny side's picking up some of the glitter. So that's what I found the difference between the backing paper. So it's this non-shiny side that you go down and just rub over and just make sure there's adhesion to the surface and you get no rub off. So I like that. Other than that, I'm really liking how this is all turning out, and I can't wait to get them into my bathroom. So I will show you how I styled them next. All right, so now I'm using a semi-gloss final coat, and I just want to show you that putting a coat on here does not dull the shininess of the gold transfer. So I'm just going over very lightly, and it doesn't color my glass at all. So I like it, and this is a semi-gloss, so I can kind of keep the shine. Now they do say you can also use a matte finish, and it does not dull. I will do that on another project just to double check. But as you can see, it's not dulling the finish at all, and it is adhering the transfer to the surface.